Skinned Deep is one of the funniest movies I have ever seen. I have never cried laughing at a bad movie within the first 5 minutes, but that's the effect that this film had on me. I'm telling you guys now that I would recommend this movie, and I would honestly suggest you guys go and watch it and come back to this video because I don't want to spoil the experience for any of you. It's currently on Amazon Prime for free, so if you have Prime, go watch it and come back. Don't worry, I'll wait. Hey, you back? Wasn't that the best movie you've ever seen? But, before I go too deep, get it? Deep. Skins deep. I'm really not funny, am I? Into this review, let me get introductions out of the way. Hi, I'm Misa, and I love bad movies. And not only do I love watching bad movies, but I love talking about them and getting other people to watch them because I enjoy making people watch the stupid shit that I like. Hence why I'm making this video. And today I'm talking about Skinned Deep, a very pleasant surprise of a movie. See, I hadn't seen this movie or even heard of it before it was suggested to me by a viewer. So thanks Identify Screaming Skull 2172. Legit, good shout my guy. The film is a 2004 horror comedy that admits right off the bat that it's supposed to essentially be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but as a comedy, sci-fi, horror, thriller, romantic drama. Jeez, that's a lot of genres. Now, if you know me, or you've been watching this channel lately, then you know that I am a massive Texas Chainsaw Massacre simp. The original movie is one of my favourite horror movies of all time, and I absolutely adore it. But I also can't stand it when other movies try and imitate it. As you guys probably remember from my Piglet review, to me, trying to be like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre without understanding what makes the movie great in the first place is just silly. And honestly, if you fail at it, you can really annoy me. However, this is crazy for me to admit, but Skins Deep really does feel like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but as a comedy. I spoke in my last video regarding House Shark that parody movies aren't really my cup of tea, and that the only parody movies I really like are the scary movie films, mainly because I love horror, so taking the piss out of a horror movie is usually pretty funny to me and the jokes end up landing. And this movie is in the same category to me. It's supposed to be taking the piss out of movies like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I am here for it. So what makes this movie so hilarious? Well, let's get into it. Spoilers ahead for the entire movie, so like I said, if you don't want to be spoiled and you want to watch it, which I recommend that you do, go and come back. So we start this film off with this dude who seems to be a little intoxicated before we get our title card. I'm pretty sure that burnt skin doesn't look like that, but that's just a nitpick. Dude, you were driving on the wrong side of the road. What are you talking about? So our incompetent friend here gets pursued by our main baddies when... That was completely preventable. And this is the moment when I first watched this movie that I knew it was going to be a fun ride. I'm just gonna let you guys guess what you think the shots of biceps and pecs are all about, because trust me, you will not guess. So as you can see, the introduction to this movie is basically perfect, and it encapsulates everything that I love about bad movies. It's hilarious, it's silly, the acting is terrible but in a funny way, it's just perfection. So we're introduced to this family. The only one whose name I remember is the daughter, Tina, but honestly the rest of the family are just kind of idiots, and they're not that important. They're going on a good old American cross-country road trip. But as you can probably guess, they picked the wrong part of the country to do this.
Some wild animal caused all this damage?
Yep. Wild animals.
You figured a coyote?
Yep. Figuring a coyote.
I guess these wild animals are pretty treacherous out here in the frontier, huh?
Yep. Pretty treacherous.
This cop is so obviously suspicious. Wait, why is the coroner cleaning up the crime scene? They don't do that. So the car's tyre gets popped, and for some reason, despite going on a cross-country drive, this idiotic dad decided not to bring a spare tyre with him. Like, dude, I don't drive, so I can't really talk, but if I were traveling this far, I would 100% make sure I had a spare tyre, come on. But anyway, he heads out to find help and stumbles across this creepy-ass woman who invites him and his family to come over and have dinner.
My house is right across the street. Get your family. I'll meet you in 5 minutes.
What's with this close shot? So the family head to the totally not a murder house.
Glad you could make it. Follow me.
Why was this shot that way? The way that she's nowhere near the door when she opens it just looks so strange.
Come on, kids. It's just a normal house.
This is not a normal house. What? So this is where we meet our antagonists. We've got Surgeon General, Plates, and Brian, who's nicknamed Brain for pretty obvious reasons.
Hey.
I love Brian. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy.
No, thank you.
Are you feeling okay, dearest?
The line delivery in this movie is top tier, as you can see. So we get to see what Surgeon General actually looks like, and oh. why is he kind of I'm demented, what the fuck? Look, okay, listen. Hear me out. Yeah, this death scene was very preventable. So was this one. These guys seem to just murder idiots. I guess they're just following through with natural selection. So the kids run away, and SG, I'm going to call him SG from now on for short because it's easier, chases after them, and it seems like he's kind of a cyborg? I guess that's partly why IMDb describes this as a sci-fi movie. When SG and the others catch up to the kids, this happens.
You missed.
You know, her reaction to that was pretty mild.
I'll take care of her, I promise. Please. Love her, please.
I love Brian, oh my god. This movie's so stupid. So Tina wakes up, and could they not have put her on the bed? Come on, they just dumped her on the floor. Rude. And Brian checks up on her because apparently the old woman said that he could keep Tina so they wouldn't kill her.
You bastard. Where's my family?
Tina, your family are dead. Did you miss the part where they died? So obviously Tina's not very happy about this arrangement, so Brian leaves to give her some space. And I have to say, Tina, girl, listen, that door isn't that sturdy. I know that you're skinny, but you could probably kick the door down. And even if you can't, you could at least try to. She doesn't really seem that desperate to escape. But she manages to find a hatch and climbs down it. And thank God she's skinny, because my fat ass would drop, boy. Oh, never mind. She falls into this pit and finds videos of her family playing on the TV. And I have to ask, why did the bad guys just have this playing in a room that none of them are in and Tina can't see? Like, did you put this here in case Tina escaped to mock her? Like, why is this here? I don't understand.
Love these new tires.
Ah, Tina, your parents were fucking idiots. I wouldn't be too upset if I were you. So this is when we're introduced to the old biker gang. These guys are a bit of a weird addition to the movie because the only important thing that happens in the movie regarding them happens way later, but we'll get there when we get there.
Hey, Shakes, if you can't drink it, don't order it, you know?
They really call the one who clearly has something like Parkinson's disease Shakes. Wow. So the group have some coffee, since this place is actually supposed to be a diner of some kind, apparently. And they all go to leave, but one of them stays to flirt with the old woman, when Tina runs out and has a bit of a freak out.
Who's a monster?
I mean, if I were Tina, I would have just run. I mean, the guys are all clearly doing their own thing and not paying attention, and the old woman is distracted. Now would have been a good time to just sneak away, but whatever. She doesn't, and the old lady gathers the boys, and they kill the biker dude. The editor of this movie is clearly the dude you want to be. So Brian sneaks off with Tina, and they head to a park to bond a little, I guess. Wait, so Brian just has his massive brain head out and no one's saying anything? They're in a public place, you can see other people.
Sometimes I wonder what it's like to be like everybody else. I almost wish for the horrible inconveniences of a daily routine, just so that I could know that I was routine.
You know, he's being all deep about things, but remember, he's a cannibal. You know, I gotta hand it to this movie. It's got no female nudity like most of these bad movies do, but they had the balls to show a penis, so, you know, kind of before its time. So the biker crew realize that their friend is missing and they decide to go looking for him, and they find his jacket covered in blood, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because he did die with the jacket on, but he was dumped in the house with it on as well. But whatever, that doesn't matter. I'm not gonna poke holes in every single inconsistency in this movie. They swear revenge on the diner, despite not knowing who actually killed him. I mean, they're right in their assumption, but they don't know that. They've got no evidence that any of the people in the diner killed him.
Oh, Pookie. Dad? Mom?
Girl, that is not the same window that you're looking out of. So after a pathetic attempt to get help from the cop fails,
Look up here! I'm up here!
the family decide that she should be initiated into the family.
Yes! Sexy!
God, I wish SG would hold me down like that. Sorry, I'm like horny posting. God, my brother watches my videos. They use Tina to go after some dude driving through the area getting drunk and watching, I think, porn with this projector. I've never understood dudes that watch porn together like this. It's always the dudes that are really fragile about their sexuality and masculinity, but as somebody in the Alphabet Squad, this is one of the gayest things that you could do with another dude. It's just turned into Mad Max. So they managed to take down most of the guys here, which, to be fair, wouldn't have been too difficult because let's just say most of them wouldn't pass the Zombieland cardio rule. And Plates goes on a little bit of a tangent.
The cherished enamel. The porcelain. It's like a society. Every molecule an individual, like me. But when unified, a structure takes shape. A circular vessel for distributing organic nourishment.
One of the dudes tries to run away, but obviously he doesn't get away. I mean, come on. He's not gonna run away from this sexy beast of a man. SG's clearly in shape. He's got the combat boots. He'd get him. Oh, he's all wet. I need to stop. Oh my god.
Ow!
Wait, no, scratch that. Pull my hair, Daddy! Okay, now I'll stop, I swear. So they get Tina to kill this dude by pouring sand in his mouth? Like, okay. Okay, so we're coming to the final act of the movie, and trust me, it is a fucking crazy ending. So get yourselves prepared. So Tina has seemingly lost it from all the crazy shit that's happened to her over the last few days, and Brian comes to visit her in her room. And she's now acting all nice to him, but once he basically says that he can't stop murdering people with his family, she kills him, revealing that her acting cuckoo was, well, an act. For fuck's sake. I love how stupid this movie is. So while this is happening, the biker gang come back to the diner, and the old woman and SG use this peace explosive on them. Like, what? This movie is so silly. Plate ends up jumping in to kill the remaining bikers and goes on another monologue.
You live in fear of a good laugh, as not to launch your dental work. You dread that diaper-destroying winter cough. You're both just petrified pedestrians with bones so old you can't even fertilize the earth properly.
Seriously, why does he keep going on all these weird rants? But Shakes decides to go Hulk mode and chase after him, and Plate, well, runs out of plates. Which really makes you realize that if all Plate does is throw plates at people, and that's the only thing he can do, he's basically useless. Like, look at all the other people who are in this group of cannibals. Obviously, the old lady is supposed to be the brains behind the operation, despite the fact that Brian should really be the brains, but he's not. Brian's just the one who does anything that anyone asks, so he's kind of like the Renfield in this situation. And SG is just super powerful and he can fight. So what does Plate bring to the table? But this whole point of Plate being kind of useless is completely exemplified here because Shakes kills him really easily. And these two walk off into the sunset. I mean, all your friends are dead, but you know, whatever. Tina ends up in this laboratory type room and ends up meeting the creator. Yeah, so remember at the beginning of the movie we got all those bicep and pec shots? Well, the reason for that is that this dude created all of the cannibals, and he's been experimenting on people to create these life forms. And it's implied that he's an alien of some kind. So yeah, he's the main reason that this movie is considered a sci-fi. And I just wanted to admit this now, and I swear to God this is the last time I will horny post in this video. But I have no idea what was going on with me when I was first watching this movie, but a lot of my notes are primarily just me being really horny about Surge in general. And one of the notes that I put here was, damn, him and Surgeon can double team me. And you know, when I watch these bad movies and take notes, the notes are usually at least useful bits of information that I can use when I'm writing my script. I don't know what the fuck was going on with me. So the old woman comes in and inserts this tube into her neck, and Tina cuts off the connection to it, so she becomes a veggie human from Troll 2. Tina then defeats the creator, very easily by the way, by destroying glass cases with specimens in them. And she ends up finding dynamite in his crotch. Like, listen, Tina, either you're a degenerate like me, or you somehow knew that there would be dynamite here, and I want to know how you knew that. But oh no, SG tries to kill her, since she killed essentially his parents and his brothers. But she manages to put dynamite on him and run out of the house, which blows him up. But not really, because he's basically Jason Voorhees. So she grabs one of the biker's motorcycles and rushes him. This movie is so beautifully stupid, I love it. Wait, who the hell is that? Wait, no, seriously, who the hell is that? Why is there a random person laying down on the ground? So Tina gets to the police station and shocker, they were in on it all along. I would call this a reveal, but it was really fucking obvious.
Five minutes later.
If you're wondering whether this goes on for the whole credits, it does. I sat through the whole thing just to make sure. Skin Deep was an absolute delight. I love bad movies that go out of their way to try and be entertaining, funny, and they know their limitations and use them to their advantage. I mean, hey, they probably spent all of their budget getting Warwick Davis to be in this thing. I loved the characters, even the stupid ones. None of them were annoying or insufferable, and they all served their purpose. I obviously love Surgeon General. He just seems like a slasher that could have been in a real horror movie. He was played completely straight, which was kind of surprising. But it worked in this kind of film. I honestly have nothing but good things to say about this movie. I watched it sober and I watched it drunk with my husband, and both times I had a whale of a time. So in terms of ranking, I am definitely putting Skins Deep in so bad it's good. I loved it, and I think it encapsulates everything that I think goes into a so bad that it's good movie. It's not a good movie by any means, but it's entertaining, it's fun to watch, and was just the perfect length. It didn't overstay its welcome. After watching House Shark, this was a breath of fresh air, I'm telling you. I would definitely recommend this movie to anyone who loves bad movies like I do. It is so fun to watch. Honestly, get some pizza, get some beers, just sit down with your friends and have a good time. This is such a fun experience. So, if you disagree with me in my ranking, then let me know in the comments. And also, if you have any other bad movies in mind that you'd like for me to review, then also let me know down below. After this movie, I am definitely more inclined to taking suggestions. You can also tweet at me if you want to suggest anything you want me to cover. The links to my Twitter/X and Blue Sky accounts, as well as my Letterboxd account and my Patreon, are in the description below. Which, speaking of, thank you to my amazing patrons, Rob Slide and Fox. You're both awesome. Thank you so much for supporting me in making these videos. I also decided to link my Letterboxd account because I think it might give you guys an insight into my view of movies, as in like good movies. And it might help convey why I like the type of films that I do, so if you disagree with me on something, maybe my Letterboxd rankings will help you understand why I think the way that I think. Plus, I go to the cinema quite a lot, so if you want to see my ratings of movies, then that's probably a good place for you to see them. Also, cheeky little side note, but I'm also going to be linking my Ko-Fi account. I know that some people probably won't want to subscribe to the Patreon because they don't want to pay monthly, but if you just want to give like a $1 donation because you think my stuff's cool, then, you know, that's where you can do that. Obviously, don't have to, it's just there in case you do. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!